Time to recap today's game. This is Trailblazer Postgame.
All right, welcome back inside the Fowler Event Center here on the campus of California Baptist University. It's a final. Trailblazers lose by 9 to the Lancers. The final score, 73-64. Rod Zundel back here on Trailblazer postgame show. Utah Tech, they didn't shoot the ball very well tonight, only 37%, 23 of 62. But they did shoot pretty well from beyond the arc, 8 of 21, 38%, and they were 10 for 10 from the free throw line. So Trailblazers 37%. It's about 10 or 11 percentage points below their season average. For the game for California Baptist, 47.5% shooting, about right on their average. Three-point shooting, 5 of 17, 29%, and they got to the free throw line 21 times. And they made 12 free throws, 12 of 21. The big question at the end of the game in the final minute and a half, Chance Trujillo tried to draw a charge, got called for blocking. He slammed the floor down, slammed his hand down on the floor in frustration. He got a technical, and then when he walked by the official, must have said something or looked at him the wrong way or whatever, but he got a second technical. So he was ejected and dismissed and had to be escorted into the locker room off the floor. So there's a question here. In the Santa Clara game, got in a little tussle, and he was ejected for throwing a punch. Then tonight, a second ejection. If it was a puncher for fighting, you're done for the year for the second time. And I heard Coach Judkins saying, you may be done, Chance. So we're going to have to, when we hear from head coach John Judkins, see if he can clarify that, because that would be a devastating blow for the Trailblazers if Chance had to sit out a game or the season. And with minus Madiba Awona out and Boston Harker out, Trailblazers shorthanded as it is. So, anyway, the Trailblazers dropped to 3-4 in conference play, and Cal Baptist moves to 4-3, a game in front of Utah Tech, 10-11 overall. Now, they got their 10th win on Saturday, and that's the quickest that they've got to 10 wins since December of 2019 when they were members of the Division II. So the improvement there, but Trailblazers tonight, the length of Cal Baptist really hurt. Offensive rebounds was a key to the game. The first time we were here 13 nights ago, Trailblazers gave up 17 offensive rebounds to the Lancers. Tonight, they gave up 13 offensive rebounds, and that resulted into 18 second chance points, and it ultimately resulted into 44 points in the paint. Trailblazers got torched in the paint. They were outscored by 20 points. That was the difference in the ball game. Trailblazers shot better from the three. They were out-rebounded by only 4. This is the best rebounding team in conference play, averaging about 40 rebounds per game, and they usually have a plus 10 rebounding edge over their opponents per game, but tonight only 4. So in that aspect of the game, the Trailblazers wanted to get more physical, and they did. Trailblazers, they led this game for 3 minutes and 18 seconds. The biggest lead for Utah Tech was 4. The biggest lead for California Baptist was 12, and they led for just over 32 minutes of this game. So, just Trailblazers just didn't shoot the ball well. A lot of that has to do with the length of this team. At times they were playing a 7-footer and a 6'11" out on the floor for the Lancers, and you could tell by the way Ethan Potter played tonight, he was just being hounded and covered the entire night. as Ethan Potter finished 4 of 9. He finished with 8 points and 10 rebounds. So, boy, the length just causing all sorts of problems. All right, time now to unveil our player of the game.
Our player of the game is presented by Stewart Awnings and Outdoor Living, Southern Utah's outdoor amenities experts.
All right, our player of the game, our Stewart Awning player of the game has to go to Juice Holt. What a night he had. He had a career-high 21 points to go along with 7 rebounds. He was 6 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 4 beyond the arc, and he was a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. So Juice Holt, our Stewart Awning player of the game, a career-high 21 points, 7 rebounds. He also had 4 assists to go along with those 21 points and 7 rebounds. Juice Holt, our Stewart Awning player of the game. I know that John Judkins is extremely frustrated here tonight, not just with the loss, but what may occur with Chance Trujillo. So I'm sure he's having a long talk with his team in the locker room, and hopefully we will be able to get Juddy out here and get his thoughts. But in the meantime, Trailblazers now dropped to 3-4 in Western Athletic Conference play, 10-11 overall. We head back home. We'll head on the bus tonight, and we'll get home early in the morning, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And we're busing home tonight, so we get a day of practice tomorrow because Southern Utah is in the building in Burns Arena on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Now, Southern Utah, they were home tonight against Utah Valley. They got a big 14-point win over the first-place Wolverines, so they've now won 3 in a row. They're on a roll. They've been sitting at home waiting for us. That's just the way this wacky schedule is. We got the raw end of the deal here this week. So we are going to bus home tonight, get home early in the morning, get a couple hours sleep, and then they're going to have practice tomorrow so they can get another full day of practice in, getting ready for the T-Birds, because the T-Birds are rolling right now. They are feeling pretty good about themselves after starting 0 for 4 in conference play. They've now won 3 in a row, including the big upset tonight in Cedar City, 14-point win over Utah Valley. So now Utah Valley and UT Arlington both tied atop the standings in the WAC at 5-2. And then you've got 4-3 California Baptist right behind them. And then you have us. We are 3-4. Southern Utah's 3-4. That sets up the rivalry game big time Saturday in Burns. So we are frustrated here tonight with the loss, but we're coming back home. And St. George, we need you, man. Come out and support us because we need to fill up that place and not allow any of the Southern Utah fans into that building. We need to sell it out ourselves because we got to get after it. We beat the T-Birds December 29th in the WAC opener. So beat them by 14 in Burns Arena. We get them again. We need that place packed. I know the Stampede, the students are going to have a whiteout. It's going to be a great atmosphere. We need everybody there. So come on out, 7 o'clock pregame as the tip-off against the Birds. And 6:45 will be the pregame show, Trailblazer tip-off here on the Fan Sports Radio Network and Trailblazer Sports Vision. So let's take a quick break, and we'll come back see if we can have a chat with head coach John Judkins. Once again, Trailblazers losing tonight by 9, 73-64 to the Lancers. Dropped 3-4 in conference play, getting ready to head back home, take on Southern Utah Saturday night. Be right back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
All right, back here in Riverside, California for the Trailblazer postgame show. Utah Tech losing by 9 to California Baptist, 73-64. Juice Holt is our Stuart Awnings player of the game. Career high 21 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Also had 4 assists. He was 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Trailblazers were down 3 at the half, and then they were outscored in the second half by 6, 44-38. Utah Tech, of course, was led by Juice Holt with 21 points. The only other player in double figures was Noah Belonga. He had 13 points, 7 rebounds, a couple assists for Noah. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Trailblazers 8 of 21 from three-point land. And overall, they were 23 of 62. Of those 23 made shots, 12 assists. So they assisted on half of the shots. Trailblazers went to the free throw line 10 times. And let's see, I don't think they went to the free throw line in the first half at all. So they didn't. And I think there were only 4 fouls called in that first half. This was a physical ball game, and that was a beneficiary to California Baptist, because at times they were playing a 6'11" and a 7-footer, and they could bump you all around because they have the length, and then when you try to bump them, they don't move. So, the physical play with length was just, tough for the Trailblazers to handle. So, again, Chance Trujillo, 2 technicals, and he had to leave the game early and head to the locker room. Now there's a question, since he's been kicked out of 2 ball games, what's the ramifications on that? I know that was a question that Juddy had when he came out, and I know that Judkins is having a long discussion there in the locker room. So we're going to wrap this up because Juddy has, I'm sure, some things to take care of in the locker room, some house cleaning and making sure that everybody is in the right frame of mind, because we're heading back home tonight on the bus. And then we got Southern Utah coming into town Saturday night, 7 o'clock. The T-Birds with a big upset, 14-point win over number 1 Utah Valley tonight in Cedar City. They are at home waiting for us. We're going to be there. And 7 o'clock, 6:45 pregame. And here comes Juddy as I was signing off. So we'll just get a quick comment from Judkins as he pops up here to get his thoughts. I'm sure that got a lot to discuss. And we won't take much time here, as we want to get back to St. George as quickly as possible and get ready for the T-Birds and the rivalry game on Saturday night. So let's see. We'll get Judkins hooked up here. All right, Coach, you got me?
Yep, sorry about that.
That's all right. I telling everybody that you had some things you probably needed to talk about and discuss, because not only the frustration and loss, but the situation with Chance too. So
just got to keep our head. Yeah. Got to keep our head. Again, when you have a bad game, you don't play well, you don't shoot well, you get frustrated, and you just can't. He fouls out because a lot of his fouls are frustration fouls. And Noah got a couple of dumb fouls where they're frustration fouls. They were really physical. Give them credit. They were really physical. They got into us, and we kind of backed down from it instead of being tougher. And that's where guys kind of get frustrated, and then they start doing things they normally don't do. You just gotta be disciplined. You gotta control your emotions and just keep going. We did, but we had chances there. We got to the foul line the second half. The first half we didn't get there one time. And so they were pushing us, getting us off our stuff, and we weren't back cutting or curling it or, setting good screens. And, it's not just one thing. It's a lot of different things that we got to do, better. But, Daniels is real. He's a real boy. He's for real, man. There's no question. And, I can't wait to show him film, because every time he really hurt us, we weren't ready to guard. We're standing up. We're wiping our feet. We're just not ready. And then he catches it. He's too dang fast.
Yeah.
And our bigs got to do a better job of helping on those drives, walling up, we call it. And then, but they're worried about walling up because then they kicked it to their big guy for a layup because we don't have anybody cracking down and helping. So there's some things we can definitely work on. I thought some guys played extremely hard, but we just didn't. We just didn't do. I mean, like foul line block-offs, we gave up 2 of them.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, guys, do I have to tell you every single time to pinch and rebound on the foul line? I mean, that's just something that it should automatically in the brain, boom, every time.
Yeah.
But they're good. Cal Baptist is they're for real, and they play really good here.
They're length.
They get into you and they get physical, and they play a lot like the Texas schools, and you just got to be tougher than them. And if you're not, you're going to get pushed around, and that's kind of what happened to us tonight.
Okay, so before we move on quickly to Southern Utah, what is the rule with 2 ejections? I know if you're caught fighting twice, you're done, but what's the rule if you're kicked out twice?
I don't know. Well, it's not twice because the fight one. I mean, that's a fight. That's obviously. Yeah. I don't know about the 2 technicals if he has to sit a game or not. We haven't had that happen before, Rod. So I don't know. We'll look it up. I hope it's not because we're already shorthanded already without Madiba.
Yeah.
And so if we lose Chance because of that, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough one, And it's like today too. I didn't start the starting lineup. Same thing. We had guys were late to meetings, and we just got to come together, And I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm trying to be fair. We have standards. We have culture stuff we're trying to figure out, and until guys figure it out, it's going to be tough. But I know these guys can do it. That's the sad part. I know they can do it. I know they want to do it, and they're saying they want to do it. They just got to go do it. So we'll find out the rule. I don't know if I wish. So we'll look that up on the way home. We got plenty of hours to look it up and find out. So hopefully not. But again, he's got to keep his head. He's a competitor and he hates losing, and I love that in him. But he's got to control his emotions, and a lot of his fouls he gets frustrated and he starts grabbing and reaching, and he's got to be tougher than that. Yeah. And he's a tough player and he plays very hard and physical, but he's got to be a little bit smarter. And we'll talk to him about it, and he'll understand. But you want a guy like that doesn't quit and just keeps fighting, but he's just got to control it.
Yeah. Well, this was your 1,000th game coached for between Utah Tech and Snow, and out of those 1,000 games, you're still dealing with kids. You're still dealing with culture issues and trying to get everybody work. Just what you did when you first started.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It's just a little different, a little bit better players going in these D1 stuff than you were at junior college, But again, it's fun. That's why I love doing it, and I know we can do it. I know our guys can do it, and I love this team. I think this team is, we just got to get on a roll. I look at SU. Now they've won 3 in a row. I saw they won tonight.
Yep.
They're going to be they're hungry and they're figuring it out, and that's what we got to do the same. But all their 3 games they won were at home.
Yeah.
So now we got a chance to go home again. Let's see what we got, and I'm excited for. Again, it's Rod. It's only starting the second round. Around, and I don't want to keep saying that, but it's so true. I mean, our chances of winning the conference are probably not very good, but we got to continue to get better and go win that conference tournament. That's the overall goal. So, win or lose, if I see us getting better and we're improving, then I'll take that. I'll take it. So we got a big challenge for Saturday. I mean, they're playing very well, and we got to get that place packed, rocking and rolling, and it's our rival, and we got to play well, and we got to get after it. So we will. We'll get ready, and we'll prepare them, and I know these guys will bounce back.
All right, final time here as members of the WAC against these guys. So, all right, Coach, let's get out of here and get back and get ready for Southern Utah on Saturday night.
Sounds
right,
good.
Thanks, Coach. All right, that'll do it for us here in Riverside, California for the final time as members of the Western Athletic Conference. Trailblazers, the final here, losing to California Baptist. The Lancers get the win 73-64. Saturday night, it's the big one, the rivalry game, Southern Utah in Burns Arena, 6:45 pregame here on Trailblazer Sports Vision and the Fan Sports Radio Network. And then it is tip-off time at 7 o'clock on the Fan Sports Radio Network. So that'll do it for us here in St. George. For Coach, I'm Rod Zundel, and for Paul Ratliff back in the studio, the final score is California Baptist 73 and Utah Tech 64. We'll see you Saturday night in Burns Arena for the rivalry game. Have a great night, everybody. See you.